Hi guys, on this installment of PJ Cook's Sexy Food, we're going to be making crab cakes. Let's get started.
So the ingredients for our crab cakes is as follows. We're going to start with 1 pound of backfin and lump crab meat. We have 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. We have half a teaspoon of dill. We have the zest of half a lemon. We have half a teaspoon of ground mustard. We have half a teaspoon of black pepper. We have 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. We have 1 teaspoon of our favorite seasoning. I'm using Old Bay. You could use our Creole seasoning that we mixed up earlier. I have a couple of dashes of hot sauce. I have half a teaspoon of onion powder. I have 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire. 1 clove of garlic that is finely minced. I have 1 egg. I have 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumb. And I have 1/3 of a cup of flour, as well as 1 cup of crushed up crackers. In this case, I'm using saltines, but Ritz would be just as nice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to reserve the egg, the flour, and the breadcrumb. We're going to put those off to the side for now. In our mixing bowl, we want to combine our mayonnaise with the dill, the garlic, the Worcestershire, the lemon juice, the black pepper, the seasoning, the mustard, the onion, the hot sauce, and the zest. And we're going to mix this up well to combine. Okay, so I went ahead and mixed that up well. Next, I want to add in our crab meat. Don't leave any in the bowl. And we're going to just gently toss our crab meat into our mixture just to lightly coat. You see I'm doing it delicately, not to break up those big lumps of meat that we have in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start in half of the crackers because I want to see how much it's going to need. Sometimes when you get crab meat, it can be a little wetter than others, so that's why I don't want to put it all in at once. So I'm going to go ahead and just gently stir this up right now. From the looks of it, I don't think I'm going to need any more of those cracker crumbs, because when I take the mixture and I pick it up, I can form it into a patty right now, as you can see. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to leave everything loose. I'm going to wrap this in plastic wrap, and I'm going to let this sit in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. So our crab cake mixture has been sitting in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to portion out our crab cakes. I'm doing it in a 1/2 cup measuring cup. This way I can get them all equal sized. And I don't want to pack them too hard. I just want to shape them lightly. Just like that. That's about the size that I want them. But you can make them as big or as small as you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix up the rest of these crab cakes. Now that our crab cakes have been shaped, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes just for them to start to get a little bit solid. That's going to make it easier to dredge them, and then we're going to go ahead and fry them up. So I went ahead and I set up our dredging station, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how you can coat some of these crab cakes to fry them and how you can leave some just the way they are. But now that they've stiffened up just a little bit in the freezer, they're not frozen, they're just a little tighter. I'm going to lightly dredge it in flour. Dust off any of the excess. Gently pop it in the egg. And then into our panko crumbs. We're not looking for a very heavy breading coating. We just want a light coating on the outside. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with 2 more, because I'm going to do 3 of our crab cakes with the coating and 3 without. And I finished up those 3 crab cakes. So this way we have 3 breaded, 3 unbreaded. I'm going to set these off to the side. While those are sitting off to the side, I'm heating up a large non-stick pan, and I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of butter, as well as 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm not using extra virgin, I'm just using regular olive oil. And we're going to go ahead and heat this up on a medium-low. We don't want this getting too hot. We're going to get this going, and we're going to start to fry up our crab cakes. So our butter is melted, and the oil is heated up. You can see how the foam has started to die down on the butter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to introduce our crab cakes. And we could fit all 6 into this pan at once. This way we can fry them all up in one shot. I'm going to keep this on medium-low just until the bottoms start to get nice and golden brown. It's been a couple of minutes on the first side, so I went ahead and flipped them over. You can see how beautifully golden brown they're getting. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Now we're going to let this cook for a couple of minutes on the second side. Note that these crab cakes are fully cooked. There's no raw ingredients in this. We didn't put egg, we didn't put anything raw. So these are fully cooked. All we're doing is getting them crispy and heated all the way through. Okay, so I went ahead and I fried up both of our crab cakes on both sides. You can see the difference, how the one with the panko crust breading has a nice crusty outside. This has a softer exterior. I just like just serving them simple. Lemon wedge, little parsley for garnish. Maybe take a little bit of the Old Bay seasoning that we used for this. Sprinkle it on the plate, just like that. Just to finish it off a little bit. Doesn't that look good? Nice, easy, simple homemade crab cakes. A lot cheaper than you're going to get in the restaurant. Hope you tried this recipe at home. I hope you did enjoy this one. Thank you for tuning in to PJ Cook Sexy Food. We'll see you next time.